All right, so our last chapter board meeting for 2023. Welcome, everybody. This is the Rocky Mountain ASTA Executive Board meeting. We've got two key items on the agenda today. And as I mentioned, we're going to try to keep this one abbreviated for the holidays. And we've got a couple other things coming up in January. So let's actually start with, Robin, do we have minutes from the last meeting?
No. Yes, our last meeting was October 25, and it was a lot of it was a recap of the supplier trade show. We talked about
Let me stop you.
Oh, was there a November meeting that I missed?
There was. I just remembered that you weren't in it, and
Okay.
I took minutes. So I will review the minutes. Sorry about that, Robin.
No worries.
Okay, we had a few. October's minutes were approved by Trish, seconded by Jennifer, unanimously accepted. So thank you, Robin, for the October minutes. From November, Rob gave some regional director updates. The ASTA Global Convention is now the Travel Advisor Conference. There is a discount code, CHAP Lead 24, for board members. If you want to join, I think Trish figured out that the discount was approximately $113. Something like that. It's a strange discount, but you should have all had that. There's going to be the new convention is going to be based on tracks that are beginner, grow, and agency owner tracks with all sorts of different professional training and different aspects of that. And there's a potential that there's going to be some good promotions coming up for first-time attendees. So in the new year, I expect that we're going to be able to push that. Chapters are sort of being redesigned in a way. We're gonna get rid of the SBN moniker, and everything's just going to be an ASTA chapter. At this point, there's no impact to Rocky Mountain because we don't have an SBN chapter. There's been scuttlebutt all year that Utah may or may not rejoin the Rocky Mountain chapter, but we'll worry about that if it ever happens. We went through the events coming up. Business Builder on social media in January. The dinner was in December. Club Med is in February. Akasha Tech Partners in March. DISC in April. May is TBD, but probably a virtual supplier event since the Travel Advisor Conference is that month. The Treasurer's Report was $26,920. We paid for the conference center. They finally sent us the invoice for that. Overall, financially very healthy. And let's see, tech updates, the chapter portal. So there's a new chapter portal on asta.org, which I'll make sure that everyone has access to. I've just been slammed this time. Google Drive is coming along. You all should have access to that. Let me know if you don't. And we've onboarded some folks to email who weren't traveling. Sally gave us a supplier showcase update. We're looking at more ways to connect suppliers and advisors. I think, Sally, did you send your update today to everybody? Or was it just to me? It was to everybody? Okay. You're muted, but I saw you nod your head.
Jason and Chris didn't get it.
Okay. That's fine.
That's okay. I can share with them. No worries. Thank you.
A few other updates that the team is working through. So just kind of minor adjustments to the otherwise smooth machine that is becoming the showcase. Went through a draft of the 2024 budget, which we will go through in detail today. And then we ended. So those were the minutes from last month. Did we miss anything? Can I have a motion?
If we already registered for ASTA, can we get a discount then? Or is that only if you register now?
Email members. They tend to retroactively do stuff for us.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
Email members and copy me, and I'll make sure that it gets through. We've got an update on that if we have a minute. But for the minutes, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
A motion to approve.
I have a first from Sally and a second from Patricia. All in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, unanimous consent. I like it. Always a fun way to be. Trish, let's do events. So what do we got? Anything new from events? I saw a random thing pop on my calendar, but I was busy. So I think, did you get a chance to meet with Akasha?
Yeah, I met with them yesterday.
Okay.
Very nice. We talked about, I think they're willing to do 2 events for us next year. We're going to do one virtual because they, won't be in town. We're going to do that in February. Let me look. I updated the calendar that's on our board drive. And I was filling out the paperwork that's new. Yeah, that's going to be, actually, it's going to be March. And we're going to talk about marketing. We talked about they can do marketing and they can talk about the importance of collecting data. I suggested we just continue to talk about marketing just because I know I've had a lot of training in marketing, but it's still very hard. So I think having, more support in that for, especially if people have been in the business a long time, I think that's hard for them. And even if you're new like me and somewhat comfortable with technology, I think it's hard. So we're going to do the first event virtually in March on the 19th about marketing. And then later in the year, we'll talk about data, the importance of collecting data. So, yeah.
I can't find the Google Drive link. Did you send that out to us all, Jeff?
Was that Robin?
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
I'll make sure you get it. Hang on a second. Mitch is having trouble with the meeting, so let me just shoot this to him real quick. I don't know if Mitch's number takes text messages, but I'm just going to email him real quick. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you, Trish.
Yeah, so they're going to send us, a paragraph or 2 about what they're going to present. And, the quicker we can get these on, and hopefully we can get it talked up more, we'll get more people to participate.
Cool. Awesome. I've got some days off from my insanity over the weekend, so I will get a bunch of stuff on the website updated.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, so as soon as I get it, I'll forward it.
Okay. Cool. Sally, is there anything you want to highlight from your note? Otherwise, we could just read in your note from your email for the showcase updates.
Just do a couple things. We got 3 new people, which is great. We're going to do minor increases. The 2 questions I have that I'm hoping somebody has is, we talked in the committee meeting about the number of people who didn't show. And if it's possible, people have had it happen in other events where if you show up, they take your credit card. And if you show up, it doesn't get billed. But if you don't show up, then it does get billed. And I wondered if anybody's had experience with that. It also might be something we could use for events, if other events. Does anybody have any knowledge of that?
Do you mean for attendees?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
It would be part of the contract that you have. If you attend, fine. One of the other things people do, and I've had experience, and hello everybody, is that you charge the money, and then when they show up, you refund it.
Yeah, that is another way to do it. That's a little more tricky, but okay. Well, the committee's thinking about that. And the other thing is, we'd really like suppliers to be able to choose their booth, because that was the biggest complaint we got from suppliers. 3 of them were in the smaller room. and felt they didn't get as much traffic. And in the afternoon there was less, although I'm not sure if there was more. But somebody suggested, when you buy a theater ticket, you purchase a specific seat. And I don't know if that's really way expensive software. Or again, if anybody's had any experience with that, that's something we're looking into.
I've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
Some of the other ASTA chapter regional showcases that I've been to, I know Arizona uses selection software.
Oh, really?
It was relatively simple, and Sally, I know that you had sent them an email. Did you ever hear back from?
No,
Oh,
and I will
more.
follow up with them, but after Christmas. Yeah.
No
Okay.
worries. Yeah.
I'll check with
It's
Arizona and see if
it's
I can
surprising.
find out how they did it.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And then the next thing that needs to go out is we need to get everything up on the web so we can send out a thing. And Robin was going to send out a save the date, but didn't have access. So I don't know if you have access now. No. Okay.
Not that I
Robin,
know of.
did you not get the email from HQ on
I got
Oh,
an email with links to the training, which I'm trying to get through because those videos are very long, but I have not gotten any specific login information or details.
Okay. Let me see if I can shortcut that because it's not that complicated. You're not going to have a problem using HubSpot. Yeah, Rob.
so Sally, a couple of points to your question. One, also Fiesta in Arizona will do the credit card issue that you were asking about. So they would be able to answer that question for you effectively as well. Your contact person, were you contacting Layla out there in Arizona, or who are you reaching out to out there?
There were two people that John and I looked at. Wait a minute, I can tell you real quick because it was Cheryl and El Dada, which I think is Layla.
Yeah, that would be Layla. So, all right. If you send that out again, CC me on that note. And I can follow up with Layla directly. We just had a regional this afternoon. So she's around and I can get in touch with her, get a response for you.
Great. Because it sounds like, and I offered to share all the stuff that we're doing. So I will do that. And that's the end of my report. I mean, you, as Jeff said, you can read the rest. It's just we're chugging along.
Great.
I'll send around the example email from ASTA chapter, or the ASTA, sorry, Arizona chapter, so that you guys can see kind of their costing structure and that sort of thing. Because I know, Sally, I had said that I was going to send that around, and I did not do that yet. So I'm going to do that right now.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, thank you, Sally. And congrats on 3 new volunteers. That's exciting. All right, Jennifer, I'm going to come back to you and we can just discuss a general financial update with the budget. The other big thing for us to do today is formally approve our bylaws. So we have gone over this a few times, but just to review, so our bylaws were approximately 20 years out of date. They've been amended here and there, mostly by national due to some drama from the past, but we wanted to kind of start with a clean slate. Not much has actually changed meaningfully. What we did is we codified a lot of the way we already work. And so, for example, we have formalized or reformalized the role of immediate past president, as well as officers at large and YPS facilitator. So these are considered officers of the chapter. We already have kind of had officers at large. We've had YPS facilitators. Immediate past president was removed because of some past drama, but Rob's not a drama person, and we want to make sure he's legal to be on our board. So all of that basically formalizes that. The roles have not really changed in terms of their descriptions, and nor has chapter committees. Chapter finances is a little bit more robust. It reflects aspects of nationals rules. For example, we have to have an ASTA staff member as a signatory on the account. And it also says that, what was the other thing? Annual reporting, of course. Anything we spend is authorized by the board. No one may personally profit from the funds of the chapter, but we can do reimbursements. This is just formalized in here. And again, the point of bylaws is to prevent, any bad actors in the future. Not that any of us try to raid the coffers. And the rest of this is pretty much national boilerplate. Were there any questions on this bylaws? I know we've gone over this a few times, but our calendars have been a little crazy.
So this final version you sent through ASTA headquarters and it's been approved?
Yes, it has to be formally approved, but I did run it through legal to make sure it would be approved.
I move we vote to approve.
Thank you, Mitch. Is there a second? Thank you, Jennifer. All right. Given that it is bylaws, I'm going to roll call this vote just so that it's nice and clean. So officers of the board, I'm going to go in order. Mitch.
Aye.
Robin.
Yes.
Robin's aye. Jennifer. Jennifer, thumbs up, aye. Rob.
Aye.
Sally. Sally is thumbs up, aye. Trish. Aye, thumbs up. Lisa.
Aye.
And our supplier representative, Skylar. Skylar is in thumbs up. I have no words today. And John.
Aye.
All right. Chair votes aye. We have a unanimous acceptance of the bylaws. I will ship those off to HQ. Thank you, everybody.
Nice.
Excellent work on that, Jeff. Bylaws are.
Yes, thank you,
lot.
Jeff.
Yes. Thank you, Jeff.
That's a bitch of a job.
I didn't want to say it, Sally, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Sally, did you just call Jeff a bitch? Oh my God.
She's called me. It's all right. All right. Our other big business for the end of the year is the budget. And I think I have the right one. So I'm just going to, oh crap, hang on. Try to bring this up. Jennifer, if this isn't the right one, just let me know. You're muted, Jen.
Yeah, I just unmuted. Yeah, the only thing that I had added was some additional travel expense. So that's the only difference.
Yeah, we talked about this one. I'm just going to update that. It's going to be 1,500.
Yeah.
We're estimating about. I don't think these are formulas though, are they?
Well, it's because it's adding up the two, the operational plus the trade show. So that's why if you enter it there, it doesn't add down. But if you enter it in operational, it does. It should flow through.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Do you want to walk us through this? Plus any other financial updates?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I walked through it originally in November, and I don't think much changed. So I don't know if you want me to repeat the whole spiel or just give like an overview. Might be better since we're short on time.
Yeah, let's do an overview with questions.
Yeah. Obviously our big revenue source is the trade show. Sally went back and took a look at the proposed budget, and there are some upside potentials, but we decided to keep the budget at $22,500 in revenue. for the trade show. And we did get some good income for non-ASTA trade show registrants. We got 480 through the Eventbrite this year in 2023. So we just upped that to 500 for next year. So altogether, we're expecting 23,000 in income from the trade show. We kept rent. We upped that a little bit, although I haven't seen the new invoice from our contact. It took a long time to get the one for 2023, so I will chase her up because I know that's on your list that you just sent out. But we wound up keeping things pretty much in line with this year. And at the end of the day, we'll have 9,500 in net income.
So what I think is particularly awesome here is that that we make a profit. I think what this budget shows is that we are a financially healthy chapter. The trade show is obviously our moneymaker. And while I think we should all kind of keep an eye on how do we potentially get multiple revenue streams, I think for the time being, the fact that we are anticipating ending next year with even better position than we're ending this year from a net income perspective is fantastic. We keep our expenses fairly low and reasonable. Mostly around the trade show and reinvesting in our chapter members and some of the things that ASTA National kind of requires of us, attending different meetings and donations to ASTA PAC, the advisory fund. Any questions on budget? I saw Mitch first and then Sally.
So are we talking about the same venue we had last time?
Yes, I think so.
Because I have never paid that high a rent. So I hope you're not paying $4,000 for the facility.
Well, this year was 3,800.
Yeah,
Seriously?
we're using the entire building, pretty much.
Okay. All right. And then the other stuff is, I know the cocktail party, that was a delightful thing. But so altogether, the show is costing us almost $8,600, right? According to this.
You can go to the second tab. 8,400 was this year's budget, and 8,000 for next year.
Is there any way to make that less? I mean, I do events there all the time, and I just have to say I've never spent that kind of money to produce my event. So, and I trust all the numbers are right. It's just, is there any thought to how that can be, so the profit goes higher to us? I'm thinking just, is there anything that we spent that we might?
Mitch, do you provide food at your events?
I provide food to the suppliers.
So not to your attendees?
No.
So your food budget would probably be significantly less than that? Right.
I'd forgotten about that, but you're absolutely right. But,
Okay.
I'm not sure that food was required. But again, just something to reconsider, because we're doing this to raise funds for us and, keep a chapter healthy. So that's just my 2 cents. I mean, it's not extreme, but I mean, literally it's more than 40% of the take. So, that's a pretty high cost of production. That's, from my producing events over the years, and I've produced events for thousands of people, 40% is a high cost of doing business. So if somehow or another you could relook at it, that would be my only comment. See if there's some way that you could reuse materials that you bought, because I think you bought some materials last year that you won't have to buy again. So things like that. But for right now, it's just a budget. It's not actual.
Sally, did you raise your hand as well?
Oh, the main thing is that we rent the entire building almost, and then The food is the main thing. So, and both the suppliers and the participants have liked the lunches. We've gotten good feedback on those. So we may, as Jennifer said, we have some upside to have more revenue. And also if we charge, if there's a way to bill people if they don't show, that would help defray the food costs. So, you know, again, there's, as she said, some upsides. And did we get all the suppliers paid, Jennifer? I know you just sent something out.
Yeah, I sent you something, and I think we need to work offline on this because what I'm seeing is that we still have about 8 people who haven't paid. But it's also a challenge to reconcile. I think what I sent you was 10, and I found one dupe, Viking. We did get the check from Viking. And then I found one in the bank account that doesn't seem to have gone through the Stripe. So it's a little bit of a challenge reconciling. Maybe if we could work offline, that would help us figure it out.
I know a couple of late checks did come. They're sitting on my desk.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get those deposited.
Okay.
And then I can help you reconcile. But next year, I know we want to do everything through Stripe, which should make your life easier, Jennifer.
Yep.
Jeff, just a note. We just passed bylaws. You can't personally make money. So you got to give those checks.
Those checks aren't made out to me, Mitch. It's just in the interim, my address was on the
I'm pulling your leg, brother.
Yeah.
Missed a trick there, Jeff. Missed a trick.
Cool. Any other questions on the budget?
I move the question.
No questions. Motion to approve.
I move.
Move. Second. I got a few hands. We'll do unanimous on this one. Anyone opposed to the budget? Hearing none, our budget is approved. Thank you all. Jennifer, did you have any other financial updates you wanted to provide?
Just our account is very healthy. We have 26,700 in it, plus a few more checks to deposit. So that's very healthy. And I did receive your note about the year-end package due at the end of January. So I'll be working on that too.
Cool. Yeah, let me know if you need anything. I'm more than happy to help, of course. I think you need me to help with some of it anyway. My signature is apparently required.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Other updates. CPC is the second week of January, so by next meeting, I should have lots of stuff to share with you from National. The most pertinent thing to share with you right now is there have been some departures out of National HQ. I know that Lou in ASTA left, is no longer with the organization. As of a few months ago, they're hiring to backfill him. So anything with ASTA might be a little bit delayed as the VP, whose name escapes me, is scrambling to cover Lou's work. And I think somebody in finance left as well. So Elizabeth is probably scrambling to fill that person's role. And then Dave Bowman is no longer with ASTA. So our VP of membership, who came out to our showcase this year, they told us this week or late last week that Dave is no longer with ASTA. So just be advised that the membership team is also probably scrambling a bit. Yeah, Rob?
I can give an update from Regional Director call this afternoon that Pam Bonin is currently filling Dave's place as the interim director for memberships. That will help on the membership side. They are making progress. They did hire, I forget the person's name, into the ASTA PAC side. Jesse Clemens, who is the vice president currently, is running that. Eben had left. So she's doing that. And they are still working in terms of finding somebody to help Elizabeth with accounting. So,
okay. All right.
Do we have any sense of why we've had so many people leave corporate or headquarters?
I will probably have an update on that after. So as part of the chapter president's meeting, second week of January, they also have a national board meeting attached to that. And we will be getting an update as a board as to the departure of Dave Bowman and also Evan. Evan had actually had another job offer. So I think he was ready for a change. Not sure on the accounting. Greg Davis had been the accountant, and he's been there for years. So we'll get an update on Greg and Dave Bowman. So after the board meeting, I'll have an update on that. So,
and we'll have more after CPC, folks.
Yep.
If there's no other urgent business, unfortunately, I need to run.
Well, I just have one other thing. So I've recently joined Frosh in Cherry Creek, and the person who is heading up all of Frosh in Colorado, I spoke to her about doing a membership webcast on behalf of Rocky Mountain ASTA. So I just bring it up. I can coordinate that with Jeff, or I can coordinate that with you, Rob, or whomever. But they have 70 agents in the state of Colorado, and not all of them are ASTA members. So this would be a good marketing and membership drive.
Cool. Yeah.
So if anybody, has information on the best way to move forward on that, or if I should involve anybody from obviously nationals changing things at membership, but it would be a webinar, and because otherwise the people up north wouldn't drive down for it. So she said that the best chances, and she would promote it. She is the regional director for Frosh here, and so I just throw that out. I have been working on membership.
Awesome.
So allow Jeff to get through the second week of January. There's going to be a membership discussion. It's going to be had for the chapter presidents on talking about things exactly like that. So he'll have some insight.
I was thinking closer to February or something like that. So.
Yeah,
cool.
And we were going to send, I think there was going to be a letter or email go out to all of the non-members who attended the trade show. Mitch, you were going to draft that, I think. Has that happened?
I thought I had, but if I haven't, I can draft it. I thought I had sent something. All right, let me draft the letter. Should I send that to you, Sally, or send that to Jeff? Did I draft the letter and send it to you for the non-members that attended?
No, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it should go to Jeff.
Okay.
Cool. All right, everyone. Well, I need to take care of some things before it gets dark outside. So thank you all. Have a wonderful holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Whether you're finishing yours or about to have yours. And we'll see you all next year.
Have fun with
Happy
the
holidays.
Happy holidays,
Very
everybody.
happy and
Happy
happy.
holidays.
Bye.
Happy
Happy holidays.